Okay guys, I'm going to take you on a little tour of some land I have for sale. It's 18 acres and we just pulled in right off the road. I'm in my four-wheel drive. So this is a little country road called Williams Hollow. It's in Pulaski. It's 7 minutes. About 7 miles right off the interstate 65. So we're gonna climb up this hill. This could be one parcel that you build your forever home on, or a cabin in the woods, or we're thinking about subdividing it into 2 9-acre lots. And if look at this, now we're at the top of the hill, and over to your left, you can't see it, there's a corner, but you see that old fence right there? That's the property line. And then where we came up the hill right there is a fence that runs right straight down the hill. So we're right up here to the left. The big old tree right there, that's about where the corner of the property is. But we're gonna turn this curve, and oh man, what a view. Nice little, look at that. Secluded. Your own private kingdom up here. On the left over here, kind of runs down a hill. It's going to open up when we get back to the top of the hill. There's a pasture on the left that's owned by a farmer. He has cows out there. In the wintertime, when the leaves are off the tree, beautiful view over a valley because you're on top of this big hill. Of course, right now, this is first week in September of 2021. There's an old deer stand right there on the left. And so you can't see very far out here. But the property runs all the way down this fence line. The fence line runs all the way down the hill on the other side to a side road. But right here is where you might build a house, right here to the left where the sun, little field here where the sun is shining. See that spider web? Okay. My windshield wipers are in the way. All right, you see these flags right here? That divides where we divide the property. The property runs back down the hill. So back this way and to the road is 9 acres. It seems like the other side is bigger. It's 9 acres too. It's just this whole parcel is like a big triangle, and we're on the fat end side of it. And so as you keep going the right direction that we're going right now, you will. It comes to a point at the bottom of the hill. But it's definitely a great place to build a couple of houses and have a garden up here. Have some chickens running around, or have one cabin. I really love this property. I don't even really want to sell it. I almost want to build a cabin up here and have a place to come to on the weekends and just hang out. I'm going to take a sharp curve here, and I keep it mowed. It's not really grass per se, but it's clear. The previous owner had lived up here in an RV for 14 years. No water, no power. I think he had solar on his RV, and he would drive his RV down the hill from time to time and fill up with water. But I was trying to get you a view of the pasture over here. Don't look like I'm gonna be able to position Hana Lucy. I call her Hana Lucy because she came from Honolulu. I'm in Tennessee, and the guy named her Lucille and called her Lucy for short. He sent me a long email after I purchased it sight unseen off of Craigslist. And he said, I kind of partial to the name if you could keep it, but if you don't want to, I understand. I said, well, I came thinking of Honolulu Lucy, and I asked too many Lucy, so I shortened it to Honolucy, and he loved it. All right, let's see if we can get a view right here. But it's a great secluded area. Work there. I got to stake out 2 potential building lots, because once we decide we're going to subdivide it, we're probably going to list it on the MLS. And once we subdivide it, we've got to have a septic. We're having the state come up and do perc tests and give us 2 perc permits. And he wanted me to stake out where he thought a house might go, so that he would have an idea where to put a perc site. So that could change. But on the other hand, if he says we're going to put a perc site right here, well, then you got to want to have your home uphill from it, and somewhere, you know, fairly close to it. You don't want your house here and have the perc site 300 yards back up where we just came from and down the hill. I guess you could do that, but that's just more expense. So you can see it drops off that hill pretty steep. There is power at the bottom of the hill. And then what we had considered doing is having a dozer guy come out here and build a road to the right, all the way back down to that point, to that side road. So if we had 2 houses up here, they'd each have their own personal driveway. So the guy on the left would come up where the way we just came up, and the guy on the right would come up. I say guy or gal or whoever, and they would come up from the right hand side, and then they could come and go as they please, and not have one person driving across somebody else's behind their house. And who knows, would you orient your house where you're facing out, looking out over the valley, have a second level deck, and especially in the wintertime have a great view? Or would you face it looking downhill towards the woods? That's up to you. Or if you want to take this property right now, we'll sell the whole thing the way it sits, with no improvements, with no perc sites. We might, that's a possibility, but we're not going to do any grading or dozer work or gravel or any of that stuff. We'd sell it all, we'd sell it out in one fell swoop at a great price.